Okay. Fix my collar. Alright. Okay, how so my name is William. Today we're gonna read another part of the Bible. To read Deuteronomy Chapter 28. Okay. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt be hearkened diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on earth. And all those blessings come on thee, overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And thou shalt be, and blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed it shall be in the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kine, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed that be thy basket and thine store. And thou shalt thou be in the comest in, thou shalt thou be in the goest out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies to rise up against thee, be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against one of the way, and before thy 7 ways. Thou shalt command a blessing upon thy storehouses, steadings upon thy hand unto, shall bless thy hand and land. And the words of the Lord thy God giveth thee, and thou shalt establish thee, and the holy place unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, and he hath keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk his ways. And all the people of the earth shall thou art be called by the name of the Lord, and thou shalt be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make plenteous of goods in the fruit of thy body, and all the fruit of thy cattle, and all the fruit of thy ground. And then the Lord swear unto thy fathers, and to give thee. The Lord shall open his good treasure, the heaven, and then given the rain in the land of his season. And bless all the work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend to many nations, and shalt not borrow. And thou shalt make thee thy hand not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe to do them, thou shalt not go aside from any words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, and all these courses that shall come upon thee, overtake thee. Cursed thou shalt be in the city, cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and for thy hand, and the increase of thy kine, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed thou shalt be when thou comest in, and thou goest out. The Lord that shall be cursing, vexation, revoke, and that settest thine hand to do until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly, because the wickedness of all thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make a pretense of thee unto thee, and until he have consumed thee off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee in the conception with a fever, with the inflammation, and the extreme burning, and with the sword, and with the blasting, with the mildew, and that shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy heaven that is over thy hand, and be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. And the Lord shall make the rain, the Lord powder and dust, from the heaven shall come down upon thee, and until thou be destroyed. And the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. And thou shalt go out the one way against them, for the 7 ways before them, and thou shalt be removed in all the kingdoms of the earth. And thy carcass shall be meat for the fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth. No man shall frighten them away. The Lord smite thee the bought of Egypt, and with the emerods of the scab and the itch of thou canst not be hand. The Lord smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou that shalt grope in new day of the blind gapeth in darkness, and shalt not appear or progress of thy ways. Thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. And thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, thou shalt not build the dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather thereof. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and they shall not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be finally taken away before thine face, and that shall not be restored with thee. Thine sheep be given unto thine enemies, thou shalt be none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fail long in them all the day long. Thou shalt be no might of thine hand, and fruit of thy land and all thy neighbors and all the nation with thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and cursed away. And so that thou shalt be bad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Thou shalt smite with thine knees and the legs with the sore botch that cannot be healed, for the sole of thy foot and the top of thy head. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, and which thou set over thee unto a nation, neither the Lord thy fathers have known, and there shalt serve other gods, and wood and stone, and thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword in all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. And thou shalt carry much seed out of the field, and thou shalt gather a little in, and no locust shall consume it. Okay. Thou shalt plant vineyards, and dress them, and thou shalt neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes. The worms shall eat them. And for the olive trees, know all thy coast, but thou shalt not oil onions of the oil, and olive shall cause this fruit. And thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, and shall go unto captivity. And all thine trees shall fruit thy land, and locust consume. The stranger with thee, that shall get up and above very high, and thou shall come down very low. And thou shalt lead to thee, and thou shalt not let on. He shall be thy head, and shall thou be the tail. Okay, moreover, all these curses that shall come upon thee, they shall pursue thee, overtake thee, and thou shalt be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not the voice of the Lord thy God to keep the commandments and the statutes he command thee, and he shall be upon this for a sign of wonder upon thy seed forever. Thou shalt serve as not the Lord thy God, be joined for this, gladness and heart be abundance of all things, and therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, for the Lord thy shall send against thee, and the hunger and thirst, and want all things, thou shalt be put in the yoke of iron of thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, the name and the earth, and the swift is violent, the nation whose tongue I shall not understand. Nation and sweet countenance, and shall not regard the person of old, nor few, the young, and ye shall eat the fruit of the cattle through thy land, until thou be destroyed, which I shall not leave in neither corn, or wine, or oil, and increase of the kind of the flocks and the sheep, until I destroy thee. And ye shall besiege with thee of all thy gates, until high of the fenced walls come down, and wherein thou treadest throughout all thy land, and ye shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, and flesh any sons of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege of the straitness, wherein thine enemies shall distress thee. So let the man be tender among you, and very delicate, as I, and shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward his children which he shall leave. So he will not give any of them the flesh of his children. And he shall eat because of his had nothing left him to siege. And his straightness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee at all thy gates. The tender of the delicate woman among you, which would not adventure the set of the roll her foot upon the ground of her delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. And toward her young cometh out of the between her feet, and toward her children, which this shall bear he, for it shall eat them for the want of thee secretly, in the siege of straightness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress in thy gates. If thou wilt not observe all the words of the law which in this book, thou mayest fear glorious and fearful the name the Lord thy God. The Lord will make plagues so wonderful in the plagues of thy seed, and great plagues of long continuous, of thy Lord's sickness and long continuous. Moreover, he will bring upon diseases of Egypt, which he was afraid of thee, they shall cleave unto thee, and also every sickness and every plague which not are in the book of this law, which I'll bring upon thee, which thou be destroyed. And it shall be the number where it is theirs of the stars of heaven, multitude, and because the world does not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. Yes?
We're going to be leaving in 10 minutes.
Okay, Dad, I understand you. Almost done reading. And thou shalt come to pass, as the Lord rejoice over you, to do you good, and to multiply you, so the Lord rejoice over you, to destroy you, and they will bring you to naught. And ye shall be flung off the land, and thou goest possess it. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one in the earth, and unto another thou shalt serve other gods, and which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations thou shalt have no ease, neither thou shalt sore thy foot in the rest, and the Lord shall give thee in the trembling heart, and among thy sorrow of mind, and thy life, and it shall hang down before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, Would God were even at, and thou shalt say, Would God were there mourning, and thou fear of thine heart, and wherewith thou shalt fear, and for thine eyes, which thou shalt see, and the Lord shall bring unto thee into Egypt again, with ships by with the way thereof. I spoke unto thee, and thou shalt see it no more again. Thou shalt see no more sold upon the enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, that's ending of Deuteronomy chapter 28. The next we'll read Deuteronomy chapter 29. Okay. Okay, I have to go right now, so thank you for watching this video. Bye.